everyone, so today's task is to move my Thinkware F750 Dashcam from my small van to the Grand Canyon. So in anticipation of doing this, I've ordered some parts. So I have here a windscreen mount, because the ones that come with it are so good that you can't get them off the screen again. So I've had to order a new one for the new van, and all it is a small piece of plastic that you can use to mount the dashcam. So the other thing I bought is this. This is an OBD2 kit. So this will allow me to connect the dashcam straight into the OBD port of the van. So there's no wiring as such. It's just a matter of hiding the wires, plugging it in and testing it. Whereas in the small van, I hardwired it into the fuse box, found a ground point, etc. But what it means is that I can now leave those wires in the small van. This is a new wiring kit for this van, so it will mean that I can simply take the dashcam out of this van whenever I want and put it back in the small van just by clipping it in the mount, plugging it in. So it serves a great purpose. It wasn't cheap. The two together were about £48, but it now means I can use the dashcam in both vehicles, which is great. Bonus. So here's the dashcam in the small van. So what we need to do now is unplug the power, unplug the rear camera, which I'll come to later, and then a quick tap and the camera's off, ready for the new van. So all we need to do is find the OBD port, which I believe is in here. So if we just undo 2 screws like so, and then yeah, looks like it's in there. So I'll pop this out. There we go. Remove the cover, and you will see here is access to the OBD port. Now it looks like something's already plugged in there, which I suspect might be the immobiliser. I'm not sure, but what I'll do is I'll unplug it and just find out, test it, see what it is before we plug the camera in. Okay, yeah, so that appears that was the alarm, which isn't working now, so we'll have to figure that one out later. But basically what you have in the kit is this, which actually detects whether the ignition's on or off. You have a OBD2 port pass-through, so this can plug into the dash, and then the alarm that was already plugged in the dash can still plug into this. There's a connector which plugs into this, and then the other end is simply a jack which goes for the 12-volt power for the camera. So let's plug it in, see what we do. We simply plug that in there, like I saw. Plug that in the dash. Okay, so what I did there, which you didn't see, was I plugged the alarm back in and the alarm went off, but the wipers went berserk as well. However, I've now plugged in the 12 volts into the dash cam, and as you'll see, it's powered up. The ignition's off, but the advantage of the OBD port means that the camera's going to work and record even when you're not at the vehicle for up to 24-48 hours. So I've not currently got that option enabled, so it's now turned off. Okay, so what we've got is the OBD2 kit that's plugged in the dash. Underneath there, which you can't see, I've plugged the alarm back into the OBD2 pass-through, and then down here what we have is the interface that tells us whether the ignition is connected or not, and over here we have the camera and the 12 volt connector. So if we plug that in there, actually powers the camera, so all appears to be working fine. And what you can do with this camera is switch an option on that carries on recording for up to 48 hours when you've left the vehicle. So there's been no need to find a permanent 12 volts, etc. The OBD port has meant that all that's taken care for us, so it's really handy. There's been no wiring, no connecting wires or anything, no voltmeters required to find out which wire is which. So all we've got to do now is route it around the windscreen. So the next task before we route the wires is to actually fit the camera to the windscreen. So if we align roughly where it needs to go, so the camera's in the middle, I can then pop off the clip. So the mounting actually needs to go about there. Right guys, so tape removed, what we now need to do is get this just so, and there we go. It should be good. Give it a good old push. Pray I've not gone too high, and then the camera should, in theory, clip in. Absolutely perfect. Yep, brilliant. So all we need to do now is reroute that cable to there. So the camera is now mounted to the windscreen, and what I've done is I've routed the cable in the roof space along the back of the built-in blinds, and then I'm going to come down the door frame there, down here, and then into there, and tuck all the wires away nicely. So there it is, all neat. That's the end of the wiring for the actual camera itself. All I need to do now is figure out whether I'm going to use the rear camera I have for recording ourselves in the vehicle. Not much use on the back of this vehicle, it's too long, but might be as well to just film myself while we're driving, and then we can talk and make other videos.